Over the years, Formula 1 has brought out some magnificent pieces of machinery, some that forever etched their names into the history books and for good reason, and some not so much. Many of these cars have gained a reputation that distinguishes itself from others, such as winning 93% of races in a single season, or winning both the World Drivers' Championship and World Constructors' Championship in its team's debut season. Statistics like these are what make a car seem, by popular belief, iconic, and in this video I'll be talking about 5 cars that I think have earned such a title. None of these cars are listed in a particular order and I picked these myself, but without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with number 1, and as you all saw in the thumbnail, the McLaren MP4-4 from 1988. The McLaren MP4-4 is listed as the most successful Formula 1 car of all time, as it won 15 out of the 16 races it competed in, and was driven by 2 undeniable legends of the sport, 4-time world champion Alain Prost and 3-time world champion Ayrton Senna. This car was so dominant in 1988 that in fact, it claimed 199 out of the 377 total points distributed between every team in the season, which is just over half the total points. The car was also featured in many video game titles such as 2001's Gran Turismo 3 as the F688-S, 1988's Grand Prix Circuit, and modern day titles like Real Racing 3, Formula 1 2017 and Forza Motorsport 6. Coming in at number 2 is the Red Bull RB7 from 2011. The RB7 is pretty much the MP4-4 of recent years, as this car won 12 out of the 19 races it took part in, and only finished out of the top 5 twice in the 2011 season, both times due to crashes by Mark Webber in the Italian Grand Prix and Sebastian Vettel in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The RB7 claimed all but one pole position though, and is also a car touted as one of the most dominant cars in Formula 1 history. Sebastian Vettel and the RB7 were so dominant in 2011 that they claimed the World Drivers' Championship 4 races early and the World Constructors' Championship 3. Sebastian's teammate, Mark Webber, however, only won a single race in the car, which was the final race of the season, the Brazilian Grand Prix, and only achieved second place twice. At number 3 we have the Ferrari F2004 from 2004. This car is also iconic for its sheer dominance in the season it was entered in, as it won 15 of the 20 races in 2004 and 5, and was Michael Schumacher's 7th and final championship winning car. This car saw the end of Schumacher's 5-year-long dominance with Ferrari. This car also gave Michael the record for the highest number of wins in a single season with 13. Sebastian Vettel, who was somewhat of a protege, equalled this feat in 2013 with his RB9. The F2004 still holds the record for the fastest laps at Albert Park, Magny-Cours, Monza and Shanghai. In number 4 we have the Brawn GP BGP001. This car isn't really iconic because of how many wins it got, because of the absolutely unbelievable feat of winning the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship in its team's only ever season of Formula 1. At the end of 2008, Honda announced that they would be withdrawing from Formula 1 despite the fact that they spent most of the 2008 season developing the 2009 contender. The team was then bought by Ross Brawn and renamed Brawn GP. The car really wasn't good, as it had several problems like being too heavy, being too short and some parts just not being good for the car. But the car was saved by the innovation that is the double-decker diffuser, which gave the car a significant boost in downforce compared to its opponents, which is the reason why it was so competitive in the first half of the 2009 season. Before we get to the final iconic car in this list, I have an honourable mention that I'd like to put in here, the Mercedes W03 from 2012. I've said enough times on this channel already about how much I adore the 2012 season. To me, the W03 is one of the most beautiful cars to ever come from that season, but it's not why it's here. It's here because it was Michael Schumacher's final Formula 1 car. It didn't do much in the 2012 season, only achieving 1 pole, 2 podiums, one being a remarkable win at the Chinese Grand Prix by Nico Rosberg. But success isn't the reason why I think it's iconic. It's iconic because it's the Formula 1 legend Michael Schumacher's final car. And now on to the final car on the list, the Mercedes W07. This car is arguably the best car that Mercedes have ever made in the turbo hybrid era. I'm not sure if that's still the case now that the W11 and W12 exist, but it might as well be. This was the car that brought Nico Rosberg to his first and only World Drivers' Championship in 2016. The W07 was so dominant that in fact, it earned 765 points in the 2016 season. In total, this car won 19 races and is statistically the most successful Formula 1 car in history, with a win percentage of 90.47%, only being beaten by the 93.75% attained by the 1988 McLaren MP4-4 mentioned earlier in this video. And that's it for this video. Those were 5 Formula 1 cars that I think are iconic and shine above the thousands from the past. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. I've been Cilicia, and again, thank you so much for watching.